When I was in the community at first, there was no Judaism down here. There was barely the ability to get a minyan. About 18 years ago, Rabbi Bankhalter moved into my building. He came knocking on my door looking for a minyan. I was sold from that point on.
This is one of the few places where you want to go if you're in a bad mood, because when you go out, you'll be in a good mood.
You walk out feeling happy, feeling like you're ready to take on the next day.
They're great cooks. They always make really good food.
We have fed thousands of people Shabbat dinners, but they're not just dinners, they're not just meals, it's not just food, it's spiritual food, spiritual energy.
It's like a family. It's not like a family, it is a family.
Super inclusive, it's super chill.
You feel like you're an integral part and not just someone sitting and listening.
You feel really welcomed when you're there.
Everybody's treated like family, and we have a great meal together, and it really sets the tone for the week coming ahead and the week that just passed.
For those of us like myself that don't have family in the city, it's like going home for Shabbos.
An Abraham's tent is open on all sides. Now to have an Abraham's tent in the middle of the village, either you've got to be really crazy or you've got to be Rabbi Bankhalter.
I feel it's like Sesame Street, like you're really a sense of a little village in a huge sea of people in New York City.
I love that anything goes and everything goes, and whoever you are, you can be.
There's no judgment, it's pure acceptance.
Just show up and be who you are. We're not going to look at you in a crazy face or secretly judge you.
We're very happy when the space is filled up, when we don't have seats left. We can still squeeze more and more people.
You could go there and there could be 60, 70 people packed in, or it could be an intimate group of 10 people, and yet there's the same love in the room.
It reminds me of like a Seinfeld set when you see like a room full of friends just hanging out.
I'm forever grateful for the way I was brought up. Wouldn't want it any other way. I don't know it any other way. Living a life that's not about me, but about others.
What I've tried to do is offer something unique, a Jewish home that uplifts, that inspires, but where it could unify so many different types of people together, because there's some individual aspect within every person that really, as Jews, that makes us all one.
You never quite know who you're going to meet.
There's older, there's younger, there's
families, sometimes married couples, sometimes young singles.
For all ages.
From all walks of life, Jews, non-Jews, people who have no Torah background, a lot of Torah background.
Assimilated Jews, secular Jews, Reformed Jews, conservative Jews, ex-Hasidic.
I'm biracial, so you will find other biracial Jews there, Jews from other countries, even the dog, he's from Russia.
The only thing really truly valued at Chabad Loft is your spiritual journey as a Jew.
Rabbi Bankhalter is a fantastic guy. There's very little about him not to like.
Super energetic, super dynamic.
Non-conventional, he's got charisma. He's a funny guy.
I see my mom laughing all the time, so he's probably kind of funny.
Rabbi Yakov is an amazing counselor, spiritual companion, teacher. A shoulder to cry on or lean on.
The rabbi always listens to what I have to say, and he cares.
I don't think anybody knows their rabbi like we do, and I don't think they talk about them. My son often calls a rabbi on his phone to have a heart-to-heart.
So what I try to do here at Chabad Loft is give people a real relationship where they're dealing with an individual or dealing with a person. They feel like they're talking to a friend. They're not talking just to a rabbi, but someone who could relate, someone who understands, someone who experiences the same things that they go through, someone who is literally just another Jew.
He has a special gift for empathy. He's not looking down at you, saying poor you if you're going through crisis. He's going through it with you.
He doesn't give up on people. He checks in on you. He's really dedicated.
He married my parents. He did my brother's bar mitzvah. He did my bat mitzvah. I wouldn't be where I am without him.
If I have friends who are curious about Shabbat or curious about keeping kashrus, I would send them to Rabbi Bankhalter before sending them to a more traditional shul. I think he's more approachable, he's more friendly, and he's just more a one-on-one type of person.
After Ronnie's bat mitzvah, people were ready to convert to Judaism. I mean, friends who were non-Jews were this was the best thing we ever went to. And I don't know any other rabbi who's pulled that off.
Because he's so chill and approachable, he almost tricks the average millennial into becoming a better Jew.
I was disconnected from Judaism and from learning Torah or even reading or speaking Hebrew. Rabbi Yakov started studying with me. He taught me how to read Hebrew again, the prayers.
I light Shabbat candles. My home is now kosher. Without Rabbi Bankhalter's continued guidance, none of that would be.
Being a person who was once not observant, not religious, and then going to the other extreme of becoming a Hasidic Jew, I could kind of bring both worlds together. Regardless of how we dress, how we look, we are actually all just individuals on our own paths, on our own journeys. When they come here, I really believe that people feel that way. They really feel they're not being judged. They're not being labeled what category of Jew, just simply speaking, a Jew.
The rabbi has so much knowledge and can deliver that knowledge to us at class, like on a super high level, but also at a super accessible level.
They're very spiritual and intellectual and a good combination of the two.
I'm not one to commit to taking a Parsha class every Monday, and I've been here every single Monday, rain, sleet, or shine, I'm here. You can ask controversial questions, and he will not dodge a question.
I really loved being in the sukkah in Union Square. How amazing to be in a sukkah, having dinner, looking up at the stars with my son.
We have taken many trips to the Ohel together as a class and in smaller groups, and it's always been an experience that's been very meaningful.
One of the fundamental elements of Chabad Loft are the kids, the Bankhalter kids. You get that youthful energy, that sense of wonder, that great age range. You get to kind of see the world through their lens too.
I'd love for the loft to grow and get bigger, and really for more people to experience what I've been able to experience with my son.
It's such a great thing for the community, and I really hope it just keeps growing.
I believe there is no such rabbi in New York City, and I hope that our community will keep growing and growing.
He's such a great guy, and more people need to know who he is.
Chabad Loft 2.0 that has its own dedicated space for davening, its own shul, its own learning space, a space that can be around for years and decades.
And to continue his impact on Jews downtown.
To continue to see souls, people blossom. As time goes on, it gets better.
I see the potential to be unlimited, and I really, really hope and I believe that it will happen, and it will happen soon.